What's up, guys? Back with another voiceover here of my last high intensity day before I head to dunk camp. So I started off with some warm-up skips here, did some stuff around the track, but I didn't want to film that stuff for you guys. Anyways, here's my sprint drills. I decided to extend them out because I felt really sore. Yesterday I did some tempo, and for whatever reason, my hips are just fried, and I don't know if it's because I haven't done them in a little while or because I ran fast or what, or if it was the bodybuilding circuits afterwards. But either way, I was super sore coming into the session. So I did an extended warm-up and then got into some, I would say, extensive effort plyos, meaning longer duration, longer distance, and lower effort. So you can see me doing some galloping here. These gallops are from Jim Radcliffe and his book, Power Plyometrics. I actually like them a lot. And then I also did some prancing. So prancing is 2-leg to 2-leg, and it is projecting forward and upwards, double leg. And then I did some speed skips, but kind of progressed the intensity accordingly. Anyways, yeah, you can see the context here. I was just kind of going through the motions a little earlier, but then you can see that I am covering some distance here on these reps. And the goal here is really short ground contact times and then quick exchanges. So it's borderline more of a stretch shortening cycle for the leg that is reversing forward more than it is like on the ground contact, but technically both. These are some baby bounds, different alternating, and then I did some hops. So did the left leg, then the right leg. I don't remember what I was feeling here. Typically the right leg feels a little bit better, which is weird, but I'm better at cycling my free leg whenever I do my left leg, but really not good at hopping compared to bounding. So bounds here, I was getting after it here. Archie was filming me, which was really nice. But yeah, these ones are adding a little bit more speed running into it, and then, was focusing on trying to get some more momentum. And the reason I'm doing a lot of plyos right now is because it is dunk camp next, Monday, so in like 5 days. And I'm trying to increase my specificity a great deal. So plyos are very specific for 1-foot jumping, and that is why I wanted to kind of blast them here. So did them for height, did them for distance, did them for height and distance. I can't really tell you which ones are which. You guys might be able to identify better than I could, honestly. But yeah, these are the reps. Felt pretty good. I actually switched shoes, you'll notice, because the Kyries were making me pronate, meaning like roll to the inside of my foot, and it hurt really bad. So I actually switched out of the shoes and then had some single leg depth jumps planned. Didn't sprint at all today, so obviously you can get a little bit more in the way of plyo contacts, and use this little kind of like, I guess, 18-inch pillar. I don't know what it is. Anyways, I progressed through it and decided to just jump off my left leg because the right ankle was actually pretty painful at this point. Actually, even now, kind of hurts. So hopefully I wake up tomorrow and it feels okay. But a little bit of a freak thing. I mean, I do a lot of bounding, but decided I was going to use those shoes, and I had used those shoes before, but I don't know if the run-in, maybe it was just more intensity or something, but my right ankle hurts quite a bit. Anyways, these I was focusing on attacking the ground, so trying to hit the ground with my left leg before it hits me, and then did some doubles, meaning like not just one rep, decided to do 2 in a row. Some are for height, like that last one. This one was kind of a balance of both. But yeah, these are really good. I got after it on these and it felt good. Anyways, then I went to the weight room and did, again, some more specific weight room work. So basically with this, I am overloading my hamstrings eccentrically with a super maximal load. So this is, I guess 225 minus 45, so 180 on the bar here. I probably could single leg RDL this, but the goal was more or less to warm up on this set. And then I added 25s on each side, so I don't know what that puts me at. 180 plus 50, so 230 on a single leg lower. So it's 2 up, 1 down. And eccentric work lengthens fascicles, so that is partially why I'm doing them, is because I don't want to pull my hamstring at dunk camp, and I'm trying to do as much as I can to make sure that that doesn't happen. And this is the last lift really before I go to camp. So A lot of plyos, a lot of highly specific work. You got to stop yourself from moving downward before you can push upwards, and that's why eccentric work is so important. But it also has other benefits for injury prevention. So then my back was a little bit sore, so I asked CJ and Archie to help me with this one. So basically I said, hey guys, can you lift the bar up on the double leg push? And then on the lower, I'll just do it myself. Archie forgot to let go of the bar on one of these reps on that last one. And then halfway through let go, and I was like, what the heck? So made sure that he was doing it right on this last rep on my right leg. But yeah, got through this pretty good. Goal is obviously maintain posture until it touches the pins and just lower it decently slow, not super slow, but decently slow, controlled. And then I got into some single leg lowers on the leg press. So basically what I did here is I put between 400 and 500 pounds on the leg press, would press out, and then on a single leg, I would lower down in a quarter squat. So kind of adjusting the seat accordingly to figure out where I could get the most load out of this exercise. And then also another thing with this is where your foot is positioned greatly impacts how much quad versus hip loading there is. So if you kind of look at like those little lines, I guess grip lines, I don't know. That's how I decide where I'm going to position my foot. But I was more or less like in line with, what is that, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th little bar from the bottom. And I eventually lowered down a bit and then decided to increase the load by overloading the range of motion. So this is pretty much maxed out. I mean, you can look at my face and tell, I'm really trying as hard as I can, especially on that eccentric lower, really squeezing the handles and praying I don't die. And it was hard. It was really hard. I started to get a little bit lightheaded just because it really is max effort. And again, when you jump off one foot, what you're doing is you're stopping your momentum and then you're basically redirecting it vertically, right? And so the better that you can stop your momentum eccentrically or even maybe isometrically in some cases, the better off you'll be. And I'm really maxing out that specific loading scheme, paradigm, whatever property here with the plyos, and then obviously, doing these single leg lowers. So that was the goal with this. Sometimes I get a little bit overcomplicated, but I do think this is really specific and I like it a lot. My friend Thomas Kortenbeek, I don't know how you say his last name. It's Danish, but he does these a lot with his high jumpers and I like him too. So maxed it out, ended up doing 500 pounds, which was pretty heavy. Anyways, that's the last day. I will update you guys after dunk camp. Peace out.